Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls ran through, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, now damn, she tweet. I guess she confessed, she thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, our stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to this edition of After the Storm. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and we're here to talk about the Thunder's loss to the Golden State Warriors, 128-120 here at Paycom Arena. Man, we need to come up with a better name from that. You know, for the Ford Center was the peak. I mean, was Thunderdome, and then we had Chesapeake was the peak. And that's Paycom. We got to come up with somewhere. Either we need to call it Thunderdome again or something, even though it's not quite Thunderdome anymore because we just don't have that juggernaut of a team where we're killing people. But the Thunder have now fallen to 24-26. Golden State is now 26 and 24. Oh, sorry. I thought that was Ace over there whining. Anyway, 26-24. The Thunder, man, gave it everything they wanted. We were down 21, came back, but behind Steph's 38, Clay's 24, we just couldn't keep up with them. But I will say this, you can look at what the Thunder's keys to the game for us to get a W. Where are they? There are the keys to the game. And you're looking at right there where the Thunder really had a chance to get off to a good start. We didn't. We needed to try to match their physicality, which we didn't in the beginning. We needed to take care of the basketball, which we did. And we needed to limit their open looks, which we did not. So we did two of the four things. We did, but the top two we did not. Or excuse me, we only did one of those three things. We took care of the basketball. We did not get off to a good start. We didn't in the second quarter. We did okay. Third quarter, we definitely did because we did what the Thunder needed to do. But like I said, Klay Thompson had 25, and Steph had 38. They just took full advantage of us. We played okay. Let me see. Steph had 38. Klay had 28. Steph was 12 for 20, 8 for 14 from three. Klay was 16 of 14 from three. So of their 23s, those two guys had 14. So that you cannot beat Golden State when you're not limiting the open looks, and especially once those two get rolling, you are in all kinds of trouble. And that's basically what happened to the Thunder. Then to start off with, SGA, who leads the NBA in first quarter points, could not find a basket. He just couldn't. He just could not get it to drop mid-range after mid-range. Now, I will say putting Jonathan Kuminga on him really slowed him down, but we just couldn't get anything done. But I will say it was a nice tribute the Thunder did for the Lunar New Year for Jay Will from Arkansas, first Vietnamese player in the NBA. The Thunder did a fantastic job of celebrating him tonight, and he played unbelievable. And we'll talk about his night tonight, but his energy, and of course my guy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Jay Will is his favorite player. He wanted us to draft him, and when we did, he was extremely excited. And that kid is just, he's a beefy 6'10". He's a load. And we could just get him more time, and he gets more experience. He still makes too many mistakes, but on the other side of that, he plays hard, but yet he just needs some time. And I can't wait to see him in a year or 2 years from now. The Thunder upside a couple years from now is going to be really nice. This year it's going to be good. Next year, depending on what Chet does. Now, my understanding is Chet is getting bigger with his upper body, which he needs to. What else the hell is he going to do? Part of when he got hurt, I said the best thing in the world for him was to get hurt because, one, he can get in the weight room. Two, he gets to see where he could fit in the Thunder scheme of things. So to me, it was a win-win for the Thunder, even though we are missing him or possibly missing him. We shall see how that's going to turn out. Like I said, I'm not that big of a fan, but we shall see what it works. So anyway, we started the game out with SGA, J Dub, Josh, K Will, and Wiggins. And in fact, this is Wiggins' first loss as a starter, which was bound to happen. So he was 8-0 going into that point. But, I mean, we just couldn't get anything done. We couldn't score. With 4 minutes to go, we only had 15 points in the first quarter. That is not like us. And my thing is that we were trying to get in a transition game with them. You can't get it when those guys are shooting like that. Clay's shooting like that. Steph is shooting. Poole is shooting. You can't get into a transition game with them. We just do not shoot the ball well enough, and it just absolutely killed us, which led to us being down at the end of the first quarter, uh, 38-20, down 18 points. Golden State 8 for 14 from three in the first quarter, 62% from the field, 16 rebounds, 14 pips, which is my favorite, points in the paint. 4 turnovers. Oklahoma City, on the other hand, we were 2 for 5 from three, and which, to me, we should be. We could have did better, but we were where we are in that situation. 33% from the field, like I said. SGA, I can't remember that many times of him missing wide open shots. I'm talking wide open shots. He just doesn't miss that many, especially point blank range like that. He just doesn't miss shots. And it was just like he just couldn't get anything to fall. 7 rebounds, 10 pips, only 2 turnovers, which I like that, taking care of the basketball. Golden State, 8 bench points scoring, 3 for the Oklahoma City Thunder at the end of the first quarter. And I love our team, and I love the fact that we're getting more people there again. But people in the club level, let's start coming back to the games. Now, in the upper level in Loud City, since they switched it from cash to cards, that's kind of slowed down, I think, a lot of the people who normally would come to games because they could no longer use cash, and a lot of those people who were coming to those games were using cash, not cards. So that hurts us quite a bit. So that being said, I'm going to take a quick break and let you look at our sponsors. I got to let my girl in. She's gotten stuck. So here, let me get you look at our sponsors. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everybody. She has her big sweater on, and she can't get back through the doggy door when she has her big sweater on, which, of course, I had left. And so I had to put the bigger sweater on her because she likes to sit in her bedroom and look out, and it's not as warm in there. But anyway, I want to thank Collaborative Logic for them doing everything they do to keep us up and running. SRB and my guy Mark Long. If you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the guy for that. Oak Grove Trucking, Jose Fierro. That is our dude. If you have any needs for any big, huge boulders, rocks to be moved, and dirt, he is the guy. And then, of course, Greg and Max Nafee always support me in everything I do, and I appreciate them. Last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. And if you have any loans, commercial or personal, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's pre-qualifying at www.ynbok.com. Now, talking to my guard Nathan Taylor, you can see him or Joe Horn or Carson Wright. Now, Nathan said they are personal people. They prefer they're a personal bank, and they prefer you to come in. But if you want to go online, you can do that too. But I suggest that you go in and see those guys and holler at them, and they can help you out. So anyway, in the second quarter, the Thunder start out with Josh, Wiggins, Trey Man, Baisley, and K. Will. That's what they started the second quarter with, and not bad, but it's just we just couldn't finish. I mean, first quarter, second quarter, and it all seems to start with SGA. If he's knocking down shots early, then we're fine. If he's missing those easy shots, then we can't seem to make. It's just, I mean, missing layup, and it was a theme all night long. I mean, we got the game within two. SGA comes down, gets a shot blocked by was it Kaminga? I forget who it was. I think it was Kaminga who blocked the shot, or Mooney, and then they come down. Poole hits a three, then Josh comes down and we're down three, misses a layup, and they come down, and then Steph hits a three. Story of the Thunder's night, we just could not make shots inside the paint. Just, I mean, they're long and athletic and very physical, so that just killed us. And, once again, we're just letting them shoot the ball. You got to get out on them. That's part of what I was saying as far as stopping them. You've got to get out on those guys, and we just couldn't get it done. And poor SGA. I mean, uh, I really felt sorry for him there in the first quarter. But of course, in the second quarter, he got rolling, and then the big thing that we got a big, huge lift from Jay Will. And that's Drew Henthorn, HuskerDrewPicks.com, favorite dude. I mean, he just came in and gave us lift. He was knocking down shots. He was blocking. He was rebounding. He was running the floor. Got a steal. Actually, I think it was a steal or rebound. Went coast to coast. Nice up and under with the nice reverse. For a guy that big to be able to do what he did, it was quite amazing. Loved what I saw from Drew Henthorn's favorite deal. But I will say this. I'm proud of our team, and I tell people all day long. But our biggest issue is when Chet comes back and what you have, you're going to have to make some hard decisions and what you want to do. And Nathan and I talked about that the other day. So, but I tell you what, if Jay Will keeps playing like he's playing, 6'10", big body, got some girth on him, can be physical. Doesn't seem like he blocks enough shots for me, so I don't know how big his vertical is, but he does take up space. He can knock down the three, so that could help us a lot as far as rebounding and not giving up extra shots like Kendrick Williams did tonight. On a free throw, he just walked up there, did not box out, ball went right over his head, Steph got the rebound. I mean, there's little mental mistakes like that all night for the Thunder, not making layups. They're just cutting to us. We're watching the ball. Guy, what do we always talk about? If a guy turns his head away from you, cut to the basket. And Golden State are masterful with that. That's why they do lead the league in assists, but leading the league in turnovers, us being number one as far as getting teams to commit turnovers, you would think it would have been an easy win for us, but that's how we got back in the game down 21. But that being said, Jay Will was just fantastic. He gave us a huge lift. And then, of course, with it's 26-45, and we have Jane, Baisley, K-Will, J-Dub, SGA. And then all of a sudden, with 4 minutes to go, we're down 34-50. And we have SGA, Isaiah Joe, J-Dub, Baze, and J-Will. And that team made a nice run. I mean, we were knocking down shots, SGA blocking shots. I'm like, man, what's going on with him today? I mean, he was just amazing. But that being said, the Thunder cut into that 21-point lead. And remember, they were up 18 at the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the second quarter, down at halftime, you look at what the Thunder were doing. The Thunder, 63-48. Not bad. You cut into their lead a little bit, but we were down 21 right there in the second quarter, right before we made that run. Golden State at this point is 12 for 25. I mean, dude, what did I say in the very beginning? The key to the game, do not give them open looks. And what do? Open looks. And they just absolutely just murdered us from wide open, and you can't do that. 50% from the field, 28 rebounds, 22 points in the paint. 8 turnovers for Golden State at half. Oklahoma City 4 for 12. Couple huge threes there. Huge threes that we knocked down. 41%, 20 rebounds, 22 pips, 6 turnovers, and of course 19-15 in bench scoring. And part of my thing is about us shooting threes, and I say it all the time, and people act like my part of my thing is that uh, I don't want them to shoot a bunch of threes. That's just not what we do because when we do that, it just doesn't work well. I mean, we just can't. Because that's just not who we are, especially with a team like Golden State. But now, that being said, I don't mind us shooting threes when we get into a groove, okay, by getting turnovers, getting out in transition, and getting some easy baskets and get into the flow of the game. Then yeah, I don't mind us shooting threes because we're fine, and that's how we got back in the game was that simple formula right there. Playing good, solid defense, getting in transition, getting into the flow of the game, then I have zero issues. That is zero issues uh, for doing that. So, uh, my guy Drew Hinthorn, I'm trying to send him a Zoom. So he's mad at me because his key to the game don't get blown out. His keys to the game was not getting blown out in the first quarter. That's true. So I just sent my guy. If he wants to step on, he can step on and talk about the game himself. So that way, I'm not messing up his thing. But I'm gonna say his key was not getting blown out in the first quarter, which is what I said about getting off to a good start. So, but let me give him some credit by saying that was his key. So, but anyway, the Thunder at halftime, I thought we were playing really, really well, getting back into the game, and then the start of the third quarter, which is our quarter. The Thunder, when we start the third quarter, we outscore our opponents almost 4 points a game when we do that. So there he is, HuskerDrewPigs.com. Drew Hinthorn, what's up, man?
Hey man, how
Uh,
was the game?
it
Look
was
like a good
good,
crowd.
man. Good crowd. Enjoyed the game. I said we still our club level people need to start coming and getting in there more, but I mean, they're just, I guess, not ready to venture back yet. I guess I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, bad. You had the weather against you tonight. You had some weather coming in here in a little bit, and then bad side streets were icy. A lot of people coming from Edmond may not want to get out tonight. I'll give them.
or from the
I mean,
country.
not everybody lived in Omaha for 14 years.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I would tell you what, the streets weren't that bad early, and yeah, you're right. But it was a great crowd, dude. But like I said, Drew, club level people need to start coming back. The lower bowl is always pretty full, and then
Yep.
Loud City, which is where all the crazies are, that they just get nuts up there. A lot of them are cash patrons, and
Mm-hmm.
now that they're card only, that really affects a lot of those people and their abilities to come to the game. So I don't
Yep.
know. I don't really know what that is, but like I said, the Thunder were down 21, cut into that lead in the second quarter because of your boy Jay Will. He was unbelievable,
Yep.
dude.
He's
Unbelievable.
coming around, man. He's coming around.
Yep. I just wish he could jump more, but he's just fit. I mean, he's got a body. He's 6'10". He's physical. Nobody pushes him around.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that part of him. He was knocking down the threes. He just doesn't play enough. I mean, he just
Right.
doesn't play enough. I mean, that's just it. So, and I'm thinking, why not have him play more? Why are you playing
Yeah.
Baisley? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Well,
Have
I
this
mean,
guy play
exactly.
more.
They need to start, playing that young core because that's what's going to get him there.
Yep.
I mean, Baisley's not going to be a part of the future.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's not.
He
Let's
really
be
isn't.
honest.
No, no, no. I agree with you 100%. And then, the fact that SGA just, I mean, he had 2 points in the first quarter. Dude, he just couldn't
Yeah.
make shots. And to me,
We talked about that today. We were like, SGA leads the league in first quarter points
yes, he
or
does.
whatever, and I was like, that Golden State's going to come out with a blitz and try to pummel him,
Yep.
and that's exactly what happened.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. And the Thunder being resilient like they are,
Yeah.
fought back. And then, of course,
They did, and that's the difference, I think, and then this year's Thunder team from last year's Thunder team. Last year's Thunder team would have quit, got blown out.
yeah, by 50.
Yeah, and this year's team, they got a little bit of grit to them and some spunk, and they got some guys that can play, and they played great. I mean, you play Golden State healthy, and they played their team.
They had
That's
their
Golden
team.
State's team.
Remember, I told you people are starting to play us, Drew.
Yeah.
I mean, they got. Now we just need to get on TV.
Yeah, and they're a good. Yeah, I mean, I listen to it on the radio because Bally's is terrible. Oh, and then think about Bally's is claimed Chapter 13 bankruptcy.
Did they? No, they didn't. Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, dude, they're terrible, man.
How does Bally's claim bankruptcy? Because I was reading the deal today about Braves baseball because I get the Major League Baseball ticket,
Mm-hmm.
and Bally's is what channel they're on, and they were talking about how it's going to affect the TV broadcast because Bally's is in bankruptcy right now.
Well, they took over from Fox.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's just if their people were better, I think it'd be fine. But they brought in their own people or whatever. These people are terrible, dude. They're terrible.
Well, that and I mean, and a lot of people, I think I was one of the first ones to kind of get YouTube TV, but a lot of people are starting to get YouTube TV now because you can cut the cord. It's all on an app.
Well, now they added an app. They just added their app where you can get it on, and they're promoting that. And it's like, dude, you should have been on that from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying?
I have to
Drew?
look it up and see if my LG TV can download that app.
Yep. That's what I
right.
watched the game on. Now, as soon as I got home last night or today, I watched the fourth quarter on my TV on my computer. That's how I watched it. So I downloaded it there to be able to watch it. So you can. And it's $19.
What are they charging for that app?
$19 a month.
Man, that's not bad.
No, that's what I thought. I said $19. I can watch it. The away games, if I'm at home, I don't have to worry about going out. If I want to drink, I can drink at the house if I want to. So,
but you know, it makes me do. It makes me actually read the box score and read on their site about what exactly happens. I kind of like that, honestly. Cause I'm watching so many other things. I don't even know if I got time to watch Thunder.
Yeah. Well, only when it's relevant.
I got to watch the Lakers get blown out again tonight. HuskerDrewPicks.com, by the way, called that one.
By the way, you did, what was that, 9?
Yeah, they got beat by 18.
Did KD
and
play?
LeBron and AD didn't play.
Oh, did KD play?
Nope.
Yeah, see? I told you that
you're
today.
You're going to tell me LeBron and AD want to win? They don't even want to play. I mean, resting your ankle. That was his reason tonight.
Dude, I'm over it. Well, he's also trying to he's trying to break the record in LA.
Yeah.
Kareem's record. So, but anyway, to start the third quarter, the Thunder down 48-63. Excuse me, 48-63.
Yep.
You starting SGA, J-Dub, J-Will, Josh, and K-Will.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Oh,
and then, boom, here we go. We start getting off to a start. My biggest thing with them, with this when we first start out, is cutting to the basket. Dude, quit. They cut. You can't turn your head and look at the ball. If you turn your head off your player, he's going to the basket. And it killed us late in the game. So, but that being said,
especially against Golden State.
Yep, that's what they do. And then, but the Thunder, SGA started he got going. He had 13 in the quarter, and he started rolling. And then once he starts going, and I tell people, once he goes, it takes all the pressure off everybody else. Then everybody else can start playing within themselves instead of trying to go one-on-one, doing step-back threes, heat checks, and everything else. So it makes it a lot easier.
It's that mid-range game he's got going where he hits that little pull-up and those little fades.
It's nasty, dude. It's nasty. It's nasty. But the Thunder did a great job because what I tell people all day long shots equal long rebounds, equal transitional baskets, which equal flow of the game. You team getting into the flow. And then once we get in the flow, then you can knock down threes. You know what I'm saying? You can get in there, you can knock down threes because you're in the flow of the game at that point. But it's getting into the flow that makes all the difference in what you got to have it.
Which again, to your point, is why J. Will needs to be playing because he can rebound.
He can rebound. And he can defend.
Shooters, and he can defend, and he can run the floor.
Yep, and those are things. But I mean, I was talking to somebody today who's good friends of one of the coaches, assistant coaches, and we were talking about it yesterday at the gym. And I was like, man, this is my thing. I just don't understand what he's doing. If you're not signing Baisley, why is he playing? Are you trying to use it for bait? How about playing our players who can play? Stick them in G League, whatever. What do we care? Right. I mean, let's go with somebody who can play. Let's go get Jay Will. Let him play all those minutes. Get him some time so when we get Chet back next year, you got some stuff to work with.
If he hits the wall and he gets tired, bring somebody up from the G League.
Yep.
But he's not going to get tired. He's 20 years old.
Yeah, well, you're playing Omenuri instead of him. I'm like, dude, the guy's been on 3 teams. He's been on 3 teams. Come on now.
I understand it. I understand it if you're a veteran team and you are looking to add a piece, to help you here or help you there. But the Thunder are building through the draft. So you've got to let these guys play. I mean, let them play. Let them get some experience. Let them take some lumps. Let them build, You're not going to build by sitting your ass on the bench.
No,
Sorry.
you're not. You're not going to get there. It's just not going to happen. So, but anyway, I love what the Thunder were doing. And like I said, Jay Will was a huge part of that, dude. Running the court, blocking shots, boxing out, doing everything. His stat line was pretty good tonight, too, which we'll go over that. So, the end of the third quarter, it was 94-85. Thunder down 9. Have cut into that lead. Yep, made that run in the third quarter, which is what we usually do. We always usually make a run in the third quarter. We outscored them 37-31 in the third.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we do. I think it's a little over. I think it's right at 3.7 or 3.8 points per quarter. Golden State was 16 to 37 from three. Dude, you can't give them open looks. 52% from the field. 36 rebounds, 40 pips, which are points in the paint, 12 turnovers. We are 9 for 20, and we're I think Jay Will had 3 of those, 2 or 3 of those. And then Isaiah Joe had one. And, of course, the big 3 at the end was by Muscala. I mean, huge 3.
Nasty little drive that Gilchrist had there in the what was that? I'm watching some highlights here. Sorry, Matt. What was that second quarter where he drove the paint and jumped from the dots? That was pretty nasty.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of skill. He's smooth. Randy called? I forget what he called him. He called not slippery, but he's oh man, I meant to ask him what he used. He used some word. I was like, man, that's the perfect way to describe him. I mean, he's just the way he moves. He like slithers too. And slither's not the word, but he just glides through gliders. He's a glider. That's what Randy calls. He's a glider. But anyway, the Thunder 9 for 20 from 3, 46% from the field, 34 rebounds, 38 pips, and 12 turnovers. Way too many turnovers for us. And then, of course, bench scoring, which is where we got him, 37 to 21 in bench scoring.
And Thunder scored 72 points in the second half.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But that's us, man. But the whole thing is SJ has to get going, Drew. And then, one thing, I've talked about or I've been talking about is that them not starting not starting the right group in the fourth. Well, SJ was on a roll. So he starts SJ in the fourth quarter. He's done that all year. Yeah, I've never seen SJ start the fourth quarter. Played the whole third quarter, started the fourth quarter, came out, knocked down a 3, kept us into a groove. So you had...
Well, that's what the Lakers used to do with Kobe all the time. He used to drive me bananas.
Yep. Start him in the fourth quarter, playing for about 3 minutes, sit him for about 5 minutes, and then play him for the final 5 minutes. Yep. That's what they used to do. So, but anyway, you had Isaiah Joe, Muscala, Trey Mann, SGA, and Wiggins in there to start the fourth quarter. And what did we do? Made a run at them. Made a run at them.
You had a minute 25 left in the game, and it was 117-111. They were right there.
Well, it was actually 98 to 100. Okay, the game got to be 98 to 100. And then that was with 8 minutes to go.
Yep.
And then
I'm looking right here. They had 104-101 with 7.5 minutes
left. Yep. And we were just right there. I mean, Golden State got cold. We were making shots, attacking the basket, doing all the little things that we needed to do. And I loved our experience. I loved what we were doing. But this was the key. We got within 2. SGA gets his shot blocked. Okay. Instead of tying the score, they go down, Poole in transition, knocks down a 3. Then all of a sudden we're down 5. Then we come back down. We score. We're down 3. Come down, and they miss a shot. We go down. Josh misses a layup, 2-on-1 fast break. And then what happens? Steph Curry drains a 3. And just like that, you're down 6. And it's just like a minute to go. You're done. I mean, you've got, against a team like that, you've got to make plays when you're there to make them. Because trust me, Clay and Steph are going to make the play.
Yeah.
And our 2 best players have to make the plays when they're there to be made. But once again, Drew, we're young.
Yeah, they are.
We're young. I mean, we're going to get there. And this is Josh and SGA's second year playing together. Just think about next year when Josh is really, but he's loose with the ball, man. They pick his pocket because he is so loose with dude, when you playing against guys like Poole and Klay Thompson and you're playing with
Well,
Jason Tatum and those guys, they're going to pick your pocket, bro. You got to be careful with the ball.
You know what Tatum and those guys do? You know what he's done since he's a rookie? They go to these camps. Tatum leaned on Kobe, and Chris Paul and those guys. I mean, he's got to get and work out with some of these
But
guys.
Josh goes back to Australia and hangs out.
Get out to LA, New York City, Miami, get down in some of those Lifetime Fitness gyms with those guys.
Where they
and
play.
work
It ain't no joke, and that's what SGA did
Yep.
all summer, dude. You have got to get in and play with them.
That's your livelihood. You got to play every day.
You got to play every day. And that's part of it. They've got to do that. And that's where it bugs me a little bit about him is because, dude, I understand, he just has that casual attitude. He doesn't have the I'm a dog mentality yet. Now, maybe he get it, maybe he will. I don't know if he will. I hope he does. But in order for us to win, that is something he's going to have to get. I mean, he is.
Commander can teach him how to jump, he says.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Goldtend himself, Drew. Mr. Goldtend himself.
Little HuskerGroupPicks.com update. Hawks Blazers 64-60 at the half, and Damian Lillard has 22 at the half.
What we're going to have to do, Drew, is we're going to have to put your NBA picks on here.
Yeah, I'll just give you a little couple updates tonight.
Okay, we can do that. But what I'm saying is that if I put it on here, but I will. Final score: Golden State 128, Thunder 120. Golden State improving to 26 and 24. The Thunder exact opposite to 24 and 26. Golden State ended up being 20 for 47 from three, 51% from the field, 44 rebounds.
So, are we both in agreement that we think Golden State's probably going to be the semifinals or finals again this year?
They're going to make a run.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to make a run.
And I'm of that opinion. They're going to be a much better second half team, and I bet they add somebody at the trade deadline.
Well,
and,
I don't know if they will add somebody. I mean, the whole thing with them is that again, when they get locked in against teams they really want to be locked in, and the bottom line is
they own the Celtics.
Yep,
so.
And you've got to beat them You got to beat them 4 times.
Yeah,
that's what's going to be tough when you get down to the series. That's what's going to be tough. But they'll go to stay 51% from the field, 44 rebounds, 46 pips, 15 turnovers. The Thunder 10 for 18, 49%, 43 rebounds, 54 pips, 16 turnovers, and 39. And then comparing, which I always do, is compare the first half to halftime to the first half. Golden State was 12 for 25 at half. They ended up being 20 of 47. So they went 8 for 22 the second half from three.
Now Curry had 8 by himself.
Yep. He had 8, and what's his name had 4. I mean 6. They had 14 of the 20.
I'm looking at the stat line here.
They had 14 of the 20. All right, that's what I'm saying.
37 assists for the Golden State Warriors compared to 23 for the Thunder.
The Thunder only averaged 24 assists a game, Drew.
Yeah, 37 assists though. That's your ball game right there.
Well,
37 assists on what is that? How many made field goals? 46 made field goals.
Well, the thing is, Golden State leads the league in assists. Okay,
I didn't know.
Yep,
that's a big time stat right there.
Yeah, I said that in the very beginning of the show, Drew. The Golden State Warriors lead the league in assists, and they lead the league in turnovers.
Okay,
and the Thunder lead the league in turnovers. Okay, so we lead the league in forcing the other teams to turn the ball over at 17 a game, and they lead the league in turnovers, and we couldn't do anything with it. Yep. So, but anyway, hey, go ahead and talk about the stats. Get the stat line, Drew.
Open the door. Hello. Turn the fan on too, Amelia.
Sorry about that. Ace is on one today, man. Wanted to kill him. Wanted to knock him out today. Dude, I know he's on one today. He's going out back and forth, and he has his sweater on. He gets stuck where he can't get
That's
back in the
fu-
doggy
that's
door.
still some funny stuff that you got a full-grown dog in a sweater.
Well, he's a pit bull, bro, and they got that thin hair. But the point is, why the hell are you going outside, dog? You got stuck once, and your dumb ass went outside again. I don't know what the hell he's thinking. So anyway, but what I do is I compare the stats, Drew, and the Thunder were 10 for 18, so we were 6 for 6 in the second half
Mm-hmm.
from three. Okay, 41% in the first half, 49. So we were up 8 points. They were up one. We were down 8 rebounds at half. Ended up only losing the rebound battle by one. Points to the paint, we were even at half, and we ended up outscoring them in the paint. And a lot of that has to do with SGA and his mid-range. Bench scoring, we were outscored by 4 at halftime and ended up outscoring them by 14, which I love when we do stuff like that, man. It's pretty good when the Thunder get on a roll and start doing what they need to do. But they drive me nuts, man. They drive me nuts. And it's like, hey, Rich, dude, you're down 3. Don't assume they're going to make or down 4. Don't assume they're going to make a free throw.
Yeah.
Why are you box out?
Like you said, though, again, they're young. They're so young. They got, rookies up and down the bench. They got a couple
youngest
second-year
team
players.
in the league. Youngest team in the league.
Yeah. I tell you, man, and you know me, I'm a pretty big critic of a lot of things Thunder, just because of their recent history provides me with plenty of fodder to be a critic.
Yes, that's true.
But that being said, they're fun to watch, man. And if that's the key, if you're fun to watch and you get some excitement in the stands and you add a couple pieces and you keep your core, keep some guys that the fans can gravitate around and learn about them and learn to love them, man, I think they got a bright future.
Yeah.
They got some guys that want to play. I really like Jay Will. I know that I talk about him a lot, but he was one of my favorites.
Yep. We talked about that.
And I just think he's going to be a great addition. And then the other Jay Will is great too. I mean, both of those guys I think are going to be highly productive basketball players in the future for the Thunder. And then you're going to add Chet. Hopefully he brings the dimension of some stretch the floor for, and hopefully he can guard somebody. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, here's your roster. You have SGA, Trey Mann, and Isaiah Joe as your point guards.
Yeah, and Trey, and I'm not a big Isaiah Joe guy. He's all right. I like Trey Mann, though. I like his game.
Well, I like Isaiah Joe better than Trey Mann right now because when they benched him, he doesn't know really what he's in. I don't know where land right now, but Isaiah Joe makes a bunch of big threes. He's a better 3-point shooter, more consistent. Anyway, other than that, I don't know. Shooting guards, you got. So of those 3 guys, you're going to keep 2 of those guys. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Josh Giddey, J-Dub, and Aaron Wiggins. Well, you got to keep all 3 of them to me. And so of SGA.
Yeah, I think Wiggins might be your odd man out there. Could be.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
what they draft.
Well, what I'm saying is you'd have to pick between him and Trey Mann.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Aaron Wiggins over Trey Mann because he's 6'7". Then forwards, you got Lou Dort, Kendrick Williams, K. Rich, and Jang. Right. And Jang, they drafted. Yeah. They just paid K. Rich some money, so I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. So anyway, that's 2. That's 5. Lou Dort, you're keeping at 6. Dang and Jang and K. Rich, that's 8. So you got to figure out what you're going to do with that. Then you've got your power forwards, Poku, Darius Baisley, and Omen Uri. So you're going to keep Poku out of that group.
Yeah.
And then you got Muscala.
Baisley will not be there.
No. And then you've got Mike Muscala, Jerry Robinson Earl, and then you're going to have
Muscala will not be there next year.
He just can't. You can't keep it. Then, of course, you got Chet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you don't have anybody that you drafted yet.
Right. And so looking at that, Matt, that being said, going over the roster, to me, they got to go get a shooter.
They got to
go get a 6'7", 6'8" shooter.
But we could have, and we didn't take him. Remember, we took Jang instead of getting a shooter.
Yep.
And you and I had talked about that in J-Dub. Remember, we were going nuts like, dude, we need a shooter. Why aren't you going to get a shooter?
Unless you think the Santa Clara kid can turn into that.
I think he's going to be a really, really good player. But he's not going to be he's not a consistent 3-point shooter, no.
Right.
He's not that.
Hey, and there's some ballers coming out of the draft this
There
year.
were some ballers
Gonna
this
be-
year that we bypassed. You got to
Yep.
want to go get shooters. And to me, listen, my deal with Jang, you gave up 3 first-round draft picks for him. He's a project. Now, thinking that he may have been better than what he was, cool. But he's a project, clearly. You know what I'm saying? So why are you going, okay, we already have Chet, he's skinny. Then you got Poku, he's skinny. And then you draft another skinny guy in Jang. I'm like, what's the deal with skinny? We need meat. This is the NBA. This ain't Europe.
Yep.
You got to get some guys with some meat. I mean, these guys go to the gym, they get physical, so, but anyway.
To me, they're prototypical. They need a 6'7", 3 that
Shooters. Somebody who
Shooter.
can, yep.
Athletic and can shoot it.
And you need one, then we need another big guy inside that can pound.
Well, I tell you, if you could figure out a way to
Get
trade some
Baycott.
picks to Golden, if you could figure out a way to trade some picks to Golden State for Klay Thompson, wow.
Yeah. That would
Put
be
Klay
huge.
Thompson in that lineup.
Oh,
those guys.
my God. Somebody who could just shoot it. Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
the way we
spot-up
penetrate.
shooter.
Yep. I agree, but Clay's not going to come. They'll come sit there. Probably going to send him.
He's not, but
Send him. They'll send him to LA.
But they got dime pieces though to make that move.
Yeah, we got enough picks.
Golden State's trying to get younger. They're going younger. Draymond's not gonna be there.
Well, you got next year. You've got to re-sign Draymond and Clay.
Yeah, I
don't see that.
I don't either.
I don't see that.
The Thunder don't want Draymond; they want Clay.
Yeah. We need the whole thing. The Thunder need 2 things. We need a big man. We need shooters.
Yep.
Those are 2 things we got to have.
I tell you, that if they could figure out a way somehow get lucky with the ping pong balls and get Edie out of Purdue, wow. You put that big boy in the middle with his touch and he can shoot free throws and then find you a shooter in the trade market, man.
It would be nice.
That's your dream scenario right there if you're a Thunder fan.
Yeah, well, but who knows who they're going to draft. I mean, remember, they would have drafted Chet number 1. So, I mean, which
I don't think there's any doubt right now. If OKC has the number 1 pick of the draft, they're taking Edie. They would have to.
No, they're going to take Wembanyama.
Boy, I don't agree with that.
I'm just saying that's
I
who they're going to
I like
take.
the kid from Purdue. He's going to be the national
I
player.
understand, but Wembanyama, that's who everybody's in love with, so that's who's going to be number 1. Everybody else.
But you got a Wembanyama. You got one.
I know you do, but you'd have to trade Chet at that point.
So a little break here. I'm going to give you a little heads up. You got 2 Big 12 games coming down the wire here. You got Iowa State's up 71-69 with 23 seconds left. And they have the ball, and Texas is up 74-71 with 16 seconds left. Baylor just missed a 3. Texas has the ball.
And that's at Texas, too.
At Texas.
Well, you and I talked about it on the Unpopular Hour today that the Big 12, the showing that they had against the SEC, is going to go large now because all of these teams are well ranked. Well, Texas is not. But, Texas is ranked, aren't they?
Yeah, they're number 10 in the country.
Okay, I say Texas, Baylor.
So
Baylor's
Texas is 10, Baylor's 11, Iowa State's 13, Kansas State's 14. And KU 6.
Well, Baylor's 17.
TCU's 18. Baylor's 11.
11. Yep. So those 4 teams are all ranked going at each other. That can't hurt.
Yeah, this has been a great game, and it's about to go over.
Oh, what you've already picked. By the way, did you get your Thunder pick today?
I did. Went over.
What was the over? 246?
242.
242. Yes. And what was it? 248? 250. 248.
Yeah.
Did you tell what you didn't take a team though, right? You didn't take the points.
No,
did you?
I just took the over.
Because it was what, Golden State plus or Golden State minus 4?
-5.
Minus 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have been a winner for both of them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and once again, when we talked about Virginia Syracuse, that game started out house of fire and it ends up over was 132 and it ends up 130.
Man, that's right there on the money, dude.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, Drew, the Thunder, man, I love our team, dude. I love our team.
They're gonna be fun to watch.
And I tell you what, the crowd tonight, once the game we got on a roll, you could just tell the crowd. It was almost like when we got behind, everybody knew it's okay. We're gonna make a run. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The crowd was still into it. You could just tell people were just waiting for the opportunity for the Thunder to make a run. And when the Thunder did, that place went crazy. It was insane. Not like it used to be, not quite, because it didn't have 18,600 what in there filling it up again. But
Well, let me tell you something though, dude. Next year you add Chet in that lineup, and then you add another big timer because they're going to have a high draft pick, probably a couple of them.
Yep.
And if they're smart, I'm with you. I think you got to change the coach. I'm 100% behind getting rid of that coach. You've got to get somebody in there that these guys respect
Yep.
and can get them going. To me, you got to get a name. I don't know who it is. Mark Jackson. Can you get Mark Jackson in there?
That would be nice. I mean, but
Yeah.
I had made that point because I'm like, Mark Jackson was the coach of they won 50 games 2 years in a row and got rid of him because he wasn't going to be the one to take him to the next level. And I just think the Thunder at that point now.
Bridge for us. He could get them guys going and get them to the playoffs. I promise you that.
And I told somebody was like, well, the Thunder are not going to pay a bunch of money. I go, they don't have to. You can get somebody on the cheap right now because we're young. Now,
and I think Mark Jackson's just itching to get back into coaching.
Yep, I agree. But I just
little update: Texas won 76-71.
Oh, nice. You didn't have Texas?
No, I had the over.
Yep. Did you get that?
It
hit. What about the you took Iowa State, didn't you?
I took the over in Iowa State, Texas Tech,
yeah.
And it was 132.5. And it is now 142 into overtime. 71-71, Iowa State, Texas Tech.
So you got that one already then. That's on lock. That's on lock.
ESPN 2.
Yeah. Dude, how about the Thunder? I mean, I'm looking at our schedule and
I was about to ask you, what do they got upcoming?
We have Houston back to back. Wednesday with tomorrow the Thunder fly to Houston. And then we have Houston at home on Friday, which sucks. Or Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday. We have Houston Wednesday at Houston, and then turn around and play them Houston again on Saturday here.
So they're at Golden State at the Lakers next week.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday. That's a tough little 3-game stretch right there. You're at Golden State, at the Lakers, at Portland.
At Portland. Yep. Yep, that's going to be good. That you know what? That's going to be a nice little test for the Thunder. But they should have Lou Dort back by then. So
that might be where I make a run at the Commander right there. I can see a 3-game drop.
Well, the Lakers, they lost tonight. Thunder lost, so you didn't lose any ground.
That guy. You know what? Hey, you know what, Matthew? You may see. Let me just look at this for a second here. I tell you what, how many points is LeBron out?
117.
So they play the Knicks, which he'll probably at New York. He'll go for 45 in the Garden.
Right.
Watch.
Well, he would have broke. They said he would have broke the record the game against Indiana, I believe, or the Pelicans.
So he's at the Knicks. So I bet he doesn't play against the Pacers.
Right.
And then I bet he plays against New Orleans, and then they're back home for the Thunder. He may break the record against the Thunder.
The Thunder, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have, at his current pace, he would have broke the record against the Pelicans in New Orleans. So that being said, the way he's going, that's why he's like, okay, here are the games that I can break it. So I think that's what he's doing. He's going to make sure he does it
or the next game they play against Milwaukee.
In L.A. That's what I'm saying. He's doing it in L.A., so he's not taking a chance on doing it anywhere but
we may have to pull the Commander out for a Tuesday night special that night and see if he get the little Thunder Laker game going.
You think he would? Record. You think he would?
Past his bedtime.
Oh, well, he just sent a message a little bit ago. It was early. He was at the game night, I thought, because I was downstairs, so it was perfect. I got to get in and do my thing, so it was great.
Did you get to see the Commander at the game tonight?
No, I saw him. No, I was downstairs.
Right.
I was underneath them. Because he's in 206, so I was right below them. Right there. So I had pretty nice little seats there. It was kind of nice. It's kind of nice right there where I could go get my grilled cheese sandwiches. Those things are so delicious, and then my chocolate covered almonds. Things are delicious there. So, all right, brother. Well, hey, tomorrow you gonna be on?
Yep, I'll be on.
All right.
I got the girls all day. UConn Public Schools and all their wisdom decided to cancel school tomorrow and not today. So
Yeah, I was talking to my parents today. They're like, "Yeah, Westminster never closes," and I'm like, and one of the dads goes, "That's because Westminster's not a bus-driven system school."
yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, because all of the moms are driving SUVs, Escalades and
right, yeah.
Mercedes
I mean,
and
that's what I
Range
drive. But
Rovers."
I'm in the Escalade, but this morning I'm telling you that County Line Road was a little treacherous at about 7:30 this morning with all the ice.
Yeah, yeah, I bet it was. Well, at least tomorrow it'll be. Hopefully, we won't get any bad weather. We'll hopefully get away from it. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the girls to Lifetime in the morning and run them down, and then we may go up to the bank and let them run around there for a little while with Grandma.
Yeah, they love that. They love seeing her. So, all right, my brother, I'll holler at you. That's my
All
guy,
right,
Drew,
man. Be
Drew
safe.
Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com.
Go Big Red.
That's him, and he's on fire. Hey, go check him out at HuskerDrewPicks.com. Hey, go in there and get you some picks. He's been on fire. Definitely going to make money. I can promise you that. You're not going to lose money betting with him. Give him that first week, and I promise you, you will
Now it's
make
time
money.
to come on because I get hot during the basketball season.
Yeah, especially the NBA, he's just crazy. It's insane what his what were you last year, like 38, 12 or something
We
stupid?
went on a run of about a 38 and 14 run in the playoffs.
Something stupid. It was crazy. I mean, I'm like, man, every time I turn around, I'm like, there's another hit. There's another hit. Oh, you lost one finally. Oh, good. Okay. God dang. I mean, not good, but you know what I'm saying.
We're looking at going 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 2 tonight.
Yep.
That's
Nice.
not bad.
Yep.
Winning night.
All right, my brother. Be safe. Tell the missus I said hello.
Will do.
All right. It's my guy, Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go check him out. He's going to be on fire. All right, everybody, stay warm. Stay off the streets if you can tonight, all right? Stay home, get some rest, get up. Hopefully the weather won't be as bad tonight. We won't get bad weather, but if we do, stay in and be safe.